everyone, a very warm welcome to WsCube Tech. So guys, in our previous session we have covered that what are sets in our regular expressions. In our today's session we will be talking about what all functions we have. So guys, there are plenty functions that we have in our regular expressions. We have been using two of them a lot of times, that is the find all function and the search function. Similarly, there are more functions. Let's have a look on what all functions we have over here. So first function over here is find all that we have been using. It returns all non-overlapping matches. For example, if you have a string and with the help of find all function, what we can do, we can find all the matches that are there which for the pattern that we have provided. So it basically takes two parameters and it scans the string left to right. For example, if we have written hello and let's say I want to obtain L. Okay, in that case what it will do, from left to right it will go and it will obtain me this L. Then it will obtain me this L and it will give me output in the format of a list. It will give me L, comma L like this in this way. Okay. So the matches are returned in the order found, that whatever the order is, for example we are going from left to right. So whatever our order is left to right. So in that way only we will be obtaining the values over here. Moving ahead, the next function over here is re.compile. The regular expressions are compiled into pattern objects. That means with the help of this compile method, what we can do, we can compile the regular expressions. And I guess I'm writing behind me. So I'll just write it over here, that re.compile. And after writing re.compile, you can give any pattern. For example, you want all the values from small a to z in the square brackets and the quotations, and we'll close the parentheses over here. And for various operations such as searching for pattern matches and for performing substring substitutions. So it is done. So why we use re.compile? We use re.compile for various operations such as searching for pattern matches or performing string substitutions. For all these methods we use the compile method. So compile is basically a very simple function. After this function we have the next function as split. The split function is similar to our split function that is there in our string. So basically how it splits the character in our strings, it splits it in the format of a list, right? The string gets split in the format of a list. Here what happens, suppose if you have a string called as John has scored 98 marks. And suppose I have given over here that re dot split, and here I have provided with, let's say in the R, backslash d plus. That means any occurring value, any decimal occurring value over here, on that this split method will be applied, and then after the comma we will be writing the name of the string. So I'll just write str over here. In this way what we will obtain, John has scored in one element of a list and marks as the pattern from which we are splitting. For example, in our case right now it is 98. So we are splitting from 98 over here. So 98 over here will be eliminated, and John has scored will come in one part of the list, and the second element of the list would be marks over here. The next method over here is re.sub. Sub is basically used to replace anything in the string. So suppose if you have a string and if you want to replace any pattern to something new, in that case we can use the sub method. Similarly, we have sub n. The sub n gives us a tuple which creates the values. For example, with the help of sub n, we are getting let's say this is my value John, David, Peter and Lisa, and let's say I have replaced all the spaces over here with not so spaces. That means let's say I have replaced them with no space. So the output would be John, David, Peter and Lisa like this without any space in between. We'll get this output with the sub over here, but at the same time if I talk about sub n, with the help of sub n what we'll be getting over here 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 number of replacements, so we'll be getting a value in the format of a tuple where the first element would be the output and the second element would be how many replacement has happened inside the string. Okay. Similarly, we have re.escape. Now what re.escape will do, if we give a string inside it, it will give us the backslashed values. For example, it will give us the output like this: John, David, Peter, Lisa, output like this. Similarly, over here, lastly, we have search. We have used search a lot of times. Search is a method that either returns none. So we have seen it returning none, and also it gives a re. So if the pattern is not found, in that case it returns none, and if the pattern is found, in that case it gives us a regular expression. This method stops after the first method. So we have seen that, for example, if I have John has scored 98 marks, okay, and I have searched for let's say A. So in that case what it will do, it will search here, then here and here and here, and lastly it will find A. It will give me the index of A. Now it doesn't matter how many times A is coming in this string, it will only give me the first A over here. Okay. So this is what a search method do. And search method is best suited for testing a regular expression. So basically when we want to test a regular expression, except for if we want to extract information. If you want to extract something from the string, you can use the find all or the other method. But if you want to just test the string, in that case you can use the search method here. So guys, these were all the functions, and now what we are going to do, we are going to talk about how we can do their practical implementation. So I'll be giving you one example of each, and how it can be practically implemented. So for practically implementing them, first of all, let's import RE. I have imported RE over here. After that, I'll be creating a string. Let's call it A. Inside A, I'll be giving triple quotations because I'm going to write them in different lines as well. So I'll write over here, John has scored 78 marks. At the same time, Lisa has scored 90 marks. And lastly, Peter has scored 60 marks. Now what I need to do over here is very simple. First of all, we'll be talking about the find all function. So in find all function, I'll be finding all the marks over here, that is 78, 90 and 60. For that, what we'll be doing, we'll be simply writing print re.findAll, and inside this I'll be giving, so I can write R over here, and inside it I'll be giving \d, comma, from which string A. So if I'll just write \, and D over here, in that case it will give me 7 separate, 8 separate, 9 separate, 0 separate, 6 separate, and again 0 separate. So let's have a look on what output we'll get. So you can see 7, 8, 9, 0, 6 and 0. But what if you want 78, 90 and 60? In that case you can simply use your meta character plus over here. So I'll be adding plus here, and now the reoccurring decimal values will also get added here. So we'll be getting 78, 90 and 60. Similarly, if you want to obtain the names over here, in that case, what you can do, you can simply write, so I want names. For names, you can clearly see that the first letter is capital. So the first letter would be A to Z, capital anything. The second letters or the rest of the letters are small. So I'll be writing small A to Z, and because they can occur as many times as they want, we will be putting a star here. And as soon as I'll run it, you can see I'll get the output as John, Lisa and Peter. Isn't that interesting that with the help of one single line we have extracted the names from the string? So this is how you can extract the names. Moving ahead and talking about the next function, that is our compile method. So how does the compile method works? For a compile method, we will simply write, I'll create a variable. Let's say I'll create a variable called as P. Inside that I'll be writing re.compile. What do I want to compile? We'll see that. So let's say I want to compile \, and D. So I'll be writing \, and D here, and I'll just simply write print p.findAll. So instead of writing re.findAll, we can simply write p.findAll, and here we can pass the string, that is A. As soon as I'll run it, I'll get the output over here. So you can see in the re.compile, you can give the pattern for the regular expression and it will compile it. And instead of writing re.findAll, you can simply write the name of the variable in which the compile has been stored, and you can write p.findAll, and inside this you can pass A here. Okay. It can also work like re.findAll, and then you can pass P and A. For example, for here, if I'll be writing re, then in that case I need to give the P here and A here. In that case also I'll be getting the same output. So this is how the compile works. Moving ahead and talking about our next function, I guess the next function over here was split function. So if I want to split it based on the marks, or let's create another string. So I'll be creating another string over here. So B is equals to, I'll just be writing John has scored 98 marks. Okay. So now here I have written John has scored 98 marks. Now I want to split it into two parts, that is John has scored and marks. That means I want to eliminate 98 over here. So I will be splitting it with 98, but I will be eliminating it as well. Or for example, if you want to split like this, for example, I just want to take hashtags our outfit of the day, and then we have another hashtag here, that is, let's say DND. Then we have another hashtag as YOLO, another hashtag as gotta go, okay, another hashtag as TBT. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I need to remove these hashes over here. So what I'll be doing, I'll be simply writing print re.split. This is not split, but this is split. So I'll be writing \, and capital W for any non-alphanumeric character, and here I'll be writing the name of our string, that is A, and that is not A, but that is B here. So now as soon as I'll run it, you will see we'll get output of the day, DND, YOLO and TBT. And we have one empty string over here because in the starting also there is a hash, so it is separating one empty string here. and then all rest of the hashes has been removed and it has been splitted with the help of the regular expression. Similarly, moving ahead, we have the sub function over here. Now, how does the sub function work? Let's have a look on that. For sub works as a replacement here, right? So let's say I want to replace these hashes with the spaces. In that case, I'll be writing print re.sub. In the sub, I'll be passing. So what pattern do I need to remove? I need to remove \capital W, and this should be removed with a space here. In which string? We'll be talking about string B. And as soon as I'll run it, you will now see that all the hashes has been now replaced with the spaces here. So we had 1, 2, 3 and 4, and if you want to obtain the number over here as well, then simply you can write sub end and it will give you a tuple which will give you all the 4 values, that is output of the day, DND, YOLO and TBT, and it will tell you that 4 times replacement has happened here. So it will tell you 4 also over here. So it will just give you a tuple of first value as your output and the second value of how many times the replacement has happened inside your string. Next, moving ahead, we have next function as escape. Now, how does escape work? Escape will give you, for example, instead of spaces, suppose if we have spaces over here, okay. What escape will give you? Escape will give you the backslashes over here wherever there is a space. So for that, we can simply write print re, and the spelling of print is not correct, so print re.escape, and here I'll be passing my string, that is B, not A. So as soon as I'll run it, the output over here would be DND, like output of the day, DND, YOLO and TBT. In this way we'll get the output. And similarly, if I would have talked about A over here, in this case I would have got the output in this way. We have John has scored 78 marks, Lisa has scored 90 marks, Peter has scored 60 marks. In this way we would have obtained the output. This is how basically our escape works. And moving ahead, talking about the last function that we have over here is our search function. Now, how does search function work is very simple. We have seen the working of search function also before. So if you want to search for anything, for example, I just want to write print and re.search. In the search, we will be searching for, let's say, all the decimal characters over here. Not all the decimal character, but whatever the first decimal character over here. So for that, we'll be writing backslash and D. And if you want to obtain 78 marks here, in that case, we can provide with plus as well. I'll just give a comma and pass the name of our string, that is A. So it will just give us 78 and then it will stop, because as I said, search can only give you the first match. Once it obtains the first match, it will stop over there. It won't go for the second or the third match here. For that, you can use the find all, but if you want to just test the string, in that case, you can use the search method here. So I hope guys that all the functions that are there in our regular expressions are clear to you. In our next session, we are going to talk about what is match object in our regular expressions. So stay connected guys, and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.